context of the conversations I had of everybody pays how to apply state that words come to common. Do you think race is relevant at all in this case? Well, race is, I don't think we can talk about the American system without at least considering discussing race. Make decisions, based on areas.
It's Kansas City at Minnesota, September 12 in our 1969 replay. First of a three. I'll be back with the lineups in just a few minutes, please. It's the KC Royals at the Minnesota Twins, the first of a three-game series here in Minnesota. Let me go through the lineups. It'll be Pat Kelly leading off in right. This is for Kansas City. Mike Fiore at first, Kirkpatrick in center, Foy at third, Piniella in left, Jerry Adair at second, Ellie Rodriguez catching, Jackie Hernandez the shortstop, and the pitcher left-hander Jim Rooker with 2 wins on the season. For the Twins, it will be Tovar leading off in center, Carew at second, Killebrew at first, Oliva in right, Bob Allison in left, Cardenas at short, Rennick at third, Mitterwald behind the plate. And the pitcher is Jim Perry. He's 118, right-hander. Twins have already clinched the West. Twins have won 4 in a row, and the Royals have lost 6 in a row. And the first pitch is scheduled for about 6 minutes from now. Stand by. Oh. Ah. Oh. And there's Frank. Welcome, Frank. And the first pitch is in about 3 minutes. Stand by, everybody. And Kathy Harden has arrived. We welcome Kathy Harden to the ball game. First pitch, 2 minutes. And Kathy is for Kansas City. Oh, it's good coffee. YouTube, Jeffrey Guterman, Minnesota. Deal with it. And the Minnesota Twins take the field. Perry on the mound taking his warm-ups. Catching him is Mitterwald. Perry is a great starter. This is the first of a 3-game series. And leading it off is Pat Kelly for Kansas City. Perry has won 18. Perry is ready. Here's the windup. And the pitch to Kelly. That's 5-3 left-handed. Grounds it back to Perry X. Perry is a 4-6. And he throws him out, 1 away. And we are underway here in Minnesota. Minnesota is essentially has tied up with, not exactly, but with the 4 straight losses by Baltimore. Minnesota, well, with a win today, they will basically be tied with Baltimore. They are 1 ahead in the loss column right now, and 2 behind in the win column. Here's Fiore now. With 1 out, nobody on. Minnesota has won 100 games. They have lost 42. For 6 left-handed, grounds it to second. That's Carew. And he throws it to Killebrew, 2 away. Here in the top of the first. We're just underway. The batter is Ed Kirkpatrick now. Left-handed hitter. Here's Perry. 6-12 left-handed, fly ball left X. That's for Allison, 4-8. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Perry. After a half, it's KC nothing and Minnesota coming up. The pitcher is Jim Rooker, left-hander. He's 1-2. Cesar Tovar comes in to lead it off. Okay, Rooker is ready. The pitch to Tovar. 111 left-handed. That is a base hit for Tovar to lead it off. He's a AA, 1-15 with Rodriguez being held. And the batter is Rod Carew. We'll have our first question from Kathy after this inning. One 8, and it's a base hit by Carew. Interesting. He would have struck out against the right-hander, but that's a base hit. Tovar rounds second and goes to third. A 1-8 left-handed. First and third, nobody out. Here's Killebrew now. Infield back. Here's Rooker now. The pitch to Killebrew. .412 right-handed, grounds it back to Rooker. 438. And he boots it. It's a G2E1. That's going to score a run. It was booted by Rooker. So Tovar scores. Carew goes to second. No run batted in. First and second. Still nobody out. And here's Tony Oliva. Okay, Rooker. And the pitch to Oliva. 2-11. He grounds it to short. That'll force Killebrew at second. Carew goes to third, and Oliva is safe. So it's first and third, one out for Bobby Allison. The pitch from Rooker. That's 2-4 left-handed. Grounds it to third. And that is a double play. We'll score that 5-4 to 3 Foy to Adair over to Fiore. And the side is retired. But there was one run. On 2 hits, the error, and 1 left on. We've gone 1, it's Minnesota 1, and Kansas City nothing. And now please wait for the question. Wait for the question from Kathy Harden, please. Wait for it now. Lou W. and Alan T. are third all-time as teammates that have more than 1,100 double plays in 19 seasons with the Tigers. In '66, this duo for the Pirates had 161 in a season. That was a record for a second baseman. You want us to name the... I'm going to go with these two. I'm not sure about Allie. I know it's probably Maz. Frank has the same idea. Maz and Grote. Oh, yeah, Grote at short, of course. Mike got it. Mike got it. Oh, okay, Frank and I got it. Okay, Grote was a good guess. Very good guess by Charles. And an excellent question from Kathy Harden. And we love those questions. We love those questions. They fill up the game. They add a lot. Grote was a great guess. Here's Perry now. He retired Kansas City in order in the first. It'll be Joe Foy leading it off. Okay, Perry into his windup. The pitch to Foy. That's a 4-4 right-handed. That's a ballpark. This will be in Minnesota. Right-hander. 1-16, it goes through for a base hit. So Foy is on, just to let you know, for our ballpark effects in Minnesota. On singles, lefty 1-10, righty 1-16. On home runs, it's 1-8 from both sides. Just so you know. It's Foy on first. He is a double-A. 1-14 being held. And Lou Piniella is the batter. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And bear with me, there is a timeout called. I have to clean my air conditioning filter. Bear with us, please. I'm very, very good about that. It takes all of about 2 minutes. The light comes on. I don't want your goddamn filter getting too dirty. Consider this like cleaning off dusting off the plate. Should do it. Oh. Oh. Now let me get some coffee. We'll continue here. Next question is after this second inning. Leadoff single by Foy, and Piniella is at the plate. Foy being held. Here's Perry from the stretch. That's 6-6 right-handed. And that's a drive hit out into the gap. It's going to drop, and it's a double by Piniella. Foy goes to third and holds. So KC has something going here in the second. On a base hit by Foy, now the double by Piniella, 6-6 right-handed. And here's Jerry Adair, second and third, nobody out. Oh. Okay, Perry. Pitch to Adair. 1-5, grounds it to short. Cardenas has it, he holds the runners and throws it to first for the out, 1 out. And a big one. Now here's Ellie Rodriguez. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez. 4-11 right-handed, and that is a liner to short caught by Cardenas at short. A very nice catch on a single 1-6. It was an 8. 2 away, and here's Perry to try to get out of this. Second and third, no outs. It's 2 outs now. Jackie Hernandez. Oh, Perry gets the sign from Mitterwald. And the pitch to Hernandez. That's 1-6 right-handed, and he struck him out. So Jim Perry gets out of that. No runs, 2 hits, a leadoff single followed by a double. Second and third, no outs, and he gets out of that. We're heading to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Twins. Rooker takes them out. He allowed a run in the first. It's a Houdini act for Perry. Indeed it was. Here's Leo Cardenas to lead it off. Rooker is ready. Here's the pitch to Leo now. That's 3-7, left-handed, grounds it to second. Scooped up by Adair, he throws it to first, 1 out. That's to Fiore playing first base. Now here's Rick Rennick. 1 out, nobody on. Got a question after this inning. Rooker, and the pitch to Rennick. That's 6-5 right-handed, grounds to short X. Hernandez, 340. Ground ball 3, 5-10, 15. Hernandez, 40. And he boots it for an error. It was a G3 error by Jackie Hernandez, the shortstop. That'll put Rennick on first safely. Ooh. Second error for Kansas City. And here's George Mitterwald. Oh. Here's the pitch to Mitterwald. That's 3-10 left-handed, And that's a drive hit out into the gap by Mitterwald. It's going to drop. It'll be a double. And Rennick goes to third. Again, 310 left-handed. A double, 1-16 with a 1 on the 20 die. So it's second and third, 1 out for the pitcher, Jim Perry. Infield is back. Here's the pitch to Perry. That's 2-8, and he struck him out. That was big for Rooker. Now he has a chance to get out of this, his own Houdini. Cesar Tovar singled in the first and scored. It's second and third, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Tovar. 2-2. And that's a clutch situation. That's a ballpark. Oh my. That's a 2-2 ballpark against the left-hander. It's going deep. Does he have the power? Yes, he does. And, oh, that's a re-roll. The whole goddamn thing is a re-roll. Look at that 20 die. That's our rule. We have to redo it. 210 now left-handed. Grounds it to third, and the side is retired. So, you may not like it, but we know it a priori. No runs, 1 hit, the error, and 2 left on. After 2, it's a 1-0 ball game. House rules, folks. If there's a re-roll due to a die on its side, the whole set gets re-rolled. And wait for it now, please. Wait for this goodness. Here it is. What is the only Beatle album to feature only Lennon-McCartney compositions? Oh, God. I should know that. And that means no covers. So no early. Well, I'm going to say, are we talking U.S. releases? Kathy Harden, Beatles 65. I could be wrong about that. No, Abbey Road is not correct. It could, not help. Lord, White Album, no. White Album is loaded with, he's got 4 on that. But Kathy, does that include early albums that also had covers? Does that include early albums that had covers? That's a question for the ages indeed. You know, I hate to say it, but I'm going to give up. Well, wait a minute. Does that include covers? Oh, I got it. So it's a Hard Day's Night. But the only Hard Day's Night, but the only quibble I have, Kathy, is that album had some incidental music by George Martin, okay, for the movie. So I'm not sure that, that would, if you're talking about that, if you look, and by the way, that album was released by United Artists. Yeah, that album was released by United Artists because of their contractual obligation on the film, whereas all other albums, they were, I guess it's EMI in the UK and Capitol in. You have a good day, Charles. Thank you. But there, I do quibble with that. We're heading to the top of the third. It's Jim Perry in a 1-0 ball game. Great question, Kathy Harden. I guess you would call those songs then. Because I don't know if it's one side of A Hard Day's Night, or maybe I'd have to go check. Maybe not. Maybe it's not on there. Here's Jim Rooker to lead it off for Kansas City. He's an 8 NR. Indeed. Here's Perry now. That's 4-7 right-handed. Struck him out, and that's the second in a row and the second in the ball game for Perry. 4-7 right-handed. It's 1 down. Here's Pat Kelly now. Pitch from Perry. 5-5 left-handed, fly ball center for Tovar. 2 outs. And here's Mike Fiore. 0 for 1 today. Four 7 left-handed, struck him out. A 1-2-3 for Jim Perry. He gets his second and third strikeouts. We're in the middle of the third. It's a 1-0 game. Minnesota leading. Now Jim Rooker takes the mound. Carew will lead it off. Carew singled in the first. Here's Rooker now. 1-7, left-handed. It's a base hit for Rodney. Rodney right back in the swing of things. He was out for a while. He's been back for about several games now. Rodney with a leadoff single. He is being held 1-10. Here's Harmon Killebrew now. Rodney is from Panama. Indeed. Rodney on first and no outs. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. That's 1-6 and he walked him. First and second with no outs. Here's Tony O. Tony Oliva reached on a force and then doubled up in the first. Rooker from the stretch. 2-3 left-handed, grounds to short. That'll force Killebrew. 1 out, first and third. And Bobby Allison is the batter. Allison grounded into a double in the first. 5-7 right-handed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Rooker, and a big one. That's 2 outs, first and third. Clutch situation here for Leo. Next question, top of the 5th. Look for it, folks. After the 4th, top of the 5th. Here's the pitch to Leo. That's 6-9 right-handed. Fly ball right. This should end the inning. Under it is Kelly. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, a walk. 2 left on. We've gone 3. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Ed Kirkpatrick leads it off for Kansas City. He flew to left in the first. Perry on the mound. Indeed, both pitchers getting out of jams. Here's Perry. Pitch to Kirkpatrick, 2-7, and that is a long drive to center. And catching up with it is Tovar, 1 away. A 2-7 right-handed. Triple 1 to 4, it was a 10. So there's 1 away. And here's Joe Foy. Foy singled, left on in the second. Perry winds, and the pitch. That's 2-9 right-handed. Grounds it to second for Rodney. And he throws it to Killebrew, 2 away. And here's Piniella, who had a double in the second. Was left on base, along with Joe Foy. Here's Perry now. Pitch to Piniella. That's a 3-6 right-handed, and that is a base hit. A 2-out single by Piniella here. He's 2 for 2 in the top of the 4th. Jerry Adair comes up with 2 outs and Piniella on first. Pitch to Adair. 6-11 right-handed, grounds it to third. Rennick has it, fields it, and throws him out. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Middle of the 4th, still 1-0 ball game. Rooker, the left-hander, has been in a bit of trouble every inning. He did allow a run in the first. Bottom third of the order, it will be Rennick leading it off. Rennick reached on an error by Hernandez, left on base. That was in the second. 110 against the left-hander. That's a ballpark. I don't think that's going to go. It's a 110 right-handed in Minnesota. And no, it's a long fly ball to left field at the warning track, caught by Piniella. 1 out. Here's Mitterwald. Jim Perry comes out on deck. Mitterwald doubled in the second, left on. Pitch from Rooker. That's 4-6 right-handed. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Jim Rooker. And here's the pitcher, Jim Perry. We got a question after this inning. Perry struck out in the second. Rooker into his windup. There's the pitch. 5-9 right, switch hitter batting right. That's hit well with power. Does he have it? No. And so it's a base hit for Jim Perry. Perry, very patient there, gets a 2-out single. And here's Cesar Tovar with Perry on first, 2 down. Rooker from the stretch. The pitch to Tovar. 5-6 right-handed, grounds it to short. Hernandez has it. And he throws it on over to Mike Fiore. And the side is retired. No runs. 1 hit, the single, the 2-out single by Perry. He was left on base. We've gone 4. It's a 1-0 ball game. Now I ask you to wait for this. He was on deck when Bobby Thompson hit his home run, this future Hall of Famer. Folks, I read it and I reach over. I reach over. And that is a quintessential great question. A quintessential great question. Thank you, Kathy Harden. Gives Frank some credit. Spread it around, folks. Spread it around. Spread it around, okay? We need all the love we can get. We don't need another waterfall. We don't need another pasture. We need love. That's what we need in this world. Okay, spread it around. And oh, the sadness. And we are doing a, yes, Kathy Harden, indeed. We are doing Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball. This is, if I may tell you all, this is the first of a 3-game series between Kansas City and Minnesota. It's a snoozer of a game, but it's actually a very good game. This was dated September 12 in our 1969 replay. I am dealing with pretty bad worries and whatnot in my personal life, and I do this just to distract myself, because I probably would go crazy if I didn't. And we've got the makings of a very good ball game. It's Rooker, the left-hander, for Kansas City. He's allowed 1 run in four innings. And Jim Perry, with 18 wins, the right-hander, shutting out Kansas City. We're going to head to the top of the 5th in just a few minutes as I take a very brief break. Bill Ivamy is going to give a question in the middle of the 5th. I'm looking forward to it. And then we have a double shot during the 7th inning stretch. So, you know, I always needed something to look forward to in life, even when I was a little kid. And when I didn't have something, I would try to create something. And sometimes I would get into trouble. I only have about enough milk for 1 more cup of coffee. And what we'll do is we'll pour it, we'll drink it, and then if we have to go black, we will. I remember a time I used to drink my coffee black. I started using less and less milk or cream until I went black, and then I don't know how recent, maybe 10 years ago, I started back